Hey everybody, so you saw one of the previous videos about my bone marrow transplant and my time in the hospital. This video is more about my time after the hospital and just recovering, and you'll see the journey just continues and continues and continues. So I was out of the hospital for 4 hours before my nose started bleeding and I went to the ER. Doctor stopped the nosebleed pretty quickly and let me go home. So back at the Airbnb now, which is good. Even though I'm not in the hospital anymore, I still need daily 4-hour infusions of magnesium. The nurses come by to show me how to set up the pump and the medicine myself, and then I do it at home every day. The pump and magnesium are in this little bag, and I carry it around the house with me. And so I'm not gonna lie, being out of the hospital and living with my mom and stepdad is definitely an adjustment. You know, I just made that video about my whole hospital morning routine, and now I don't have that anymore, and it's just an adjustment, but something to get used to. And so now I have a rash, which can be a sign of graft-versus-host disease. A little graft-versus-host disease is good, but too much can be deadly, so pretty stressed. Doctor said to go to the emergency room if it covers over 25% of my body. I think I'm at like 20%. But going to the ER sucks, and there's germs and the waiting time and all that. Here you can see a photo of the rash. It's just like covering my stomach. Sometimes I wish I was out adventuring again, but then I remember that I get tired just putting food in the microwave. Honestly, the infusion center at the doctor's office feels like home. I'd been here twice a week, every week for months. And it was like the only place I was going while I was quarantining before my transplant. I always had my routine. I got 2 blankets, a pillow, 2 peanut butter crackers, and water every time. Most of the nurses knew me by name, so it's kind of nice to actually be back here. So I went to the doctor's today, and they told me that I'm supposed to feel bad. Well, I told them I don't really feel that well, and they told me you're not supposed to feel well. So I guess that's the end of the conversation. More or less. I mean, they gave me some tips and stuff. But also interestingly, they told me that like if I left blood at a crime scene, that the DNA in the blood wouldn't be mine. So I guess that's kind of cool. But then they said if I left like skin cells at a crime scene, the DNA would be mine. So that's kind of what they call people that have 2 different DNAs right now. But I don't know. Interesting concept, I guess. So before my transplant, I was kind of debating about if I needed caregivers or not, but I totally understand the reason for caregivers. Really just haven't been feeling well lately, and the doctors want me to do so many things, like I take pills 6 times a day, I do mouth rinses, I have creams and powders, I'm supposed to eat 3 meals a day, plus snacks, exercise, and I'm supposed to shower twice a day and air dry for 20 minutes. And there's just so much that I'm supposed to do, and I just don't feel well to do any of it. So I appreciate having caregivers. The other thing is that they said, you know, some people will go just like days and days and days without eating and not even notice. And I can understand why, because you're not hungry and you don't feel well. So it's just hard to keep up with everything, and that's actually not even including I take 4 hours of infusions every day and have nurses come 2 to 5 times a week and doctor's appointments, and there's just so much you're supposed to do. But they said in time I'll feel better. Also, I had thought that I was like, not necessarily in shape, but you know, I feel like pretty mobile, somewhat like pretty agile. But I tried to do some time on the treadmill today, just walking, and 10 minutes to walk 1/3 of a mile was like really, really exhausting. Like my legs are still tired, and I had to take a break like within that 10 minutes. So definitely a ways to go. But part of the process, and hopefully, you know, I can go frequently to work back up. So I did half a mile today without stopping, which is an improvement considering I've been in the hospital for over a month. It's not a lot in the world of exercise, but it's more on track on how I feel. You know, I'm not fit, but I can still move around. Doctor said it was okay to see Sammy today, which is a highlight. So cute. Part of my routine now out of the hospital is to take lots of pills throughout lots of times of the day, but I keep telling myself it won't be forever, and this isn't even all of them. There's so many pills. I'm on my niece's thankful for class project, which is really cute. She says, I'm thankful for Aunt Emily because she gets us kids to review on our YouTube channel, but I'm glad to be included. That was a really nice reminder. This nonprofit called Bringing Hope Home gave my family a Thanksgiving dinner, all for free from Acme today, so we went to pick it up. They gave us stuffing, a whole coleslaw, cheese, crackers, potatoes, cranberry sauce, so it's really awesome of them, and we're looking forward to using it. Also, I broke my quarantine for 1 minute to meet and greet and get a photo with the Eagle football player and cheerleaders that were helping put food in cars at the Acme and Bringing Hope Home charity event. I forgot to include the pumpkin pie in the video too. There was just so much food that Bringing Hope Home and Acme provided. My hemoglobin's been low lately, so looking into that. So I've been feeling like a little sick, maybe just like a slight cold or like sinuses or something. And then I didn't really feel good today, but they thought my hemoglobin was low just because I'm like really tired, my ears ring. And so I figured no big deal, like that's what happens when your hemoglobin's low. But so I went to the doctors to recheck my hemoglobin and try to maybe get blood. And they actually said that my hemoglobin's fine, like really fine. But one of the nurses, they also called and said one of the nurses I saw last week tested positive for COVID. So really hoping I don't have COVID. I do feel like the chances are kind of low just because, you know, like nurses, like they wear masks and stuff. And honestly, all my nurses seem not sick, so maybe they're like asymptomatic or something. But just between the two, between like not feeling well and then getting this call about one of my nurses having COVID, it's kind of stressful. But I got tested today, which is a little early to be tested. But they just wanted to do it, you know, as soon as possible, I guess. So we'll see what the results are. COVID test came back negative, so at least I don't have to worry about that, which is great. The next video that's coming up, it's still part of the post-transplant journey, but it's actually when I get readmitted into the hospital. So that's why I broke it up. But thanks for watching, and check back next week for another video.